You never know when a chance encounter or an event could lead to something unexpected and exciting. The more prepared and consistent you are, the easier it's going to be for you to say yes when opportunity knocks. Welcome to the Build Your Brave Career podcast, where we flip the script on the tired stereotype that women in and around the tech industry have to be stressed out, overworked, and underpaid. I'm Nicole Trick-Steinbach, your host. Forget what you've been taught. Bravery is not a personality trait available only to the brash. Bravery is a skill. Building the skill of bravery is the most powerful way to creating the career and life you really want. As you build your brave, you will stress less, work less, and then earn more. This podcast will help you do just that. Let's dive in. Hey, woman in tech. This episode is for you if you're feeling secure in your current role, you're thriving in your current role, or you feel insecure, you're waiting for a layoff, a PIP, or even a firing. You're suffering in your current role, or quite frankly, anything in between. Because this episode is about a fundamental element of building a brave career. It is the reality that you are never off the market. Let me say that in a slightly different way. You are always on the job market. This topic may sound familiar because I have an earlier episode 126, on this topic based on listener questions and feedback. I'm deepening this conversation and I'm structuring it more tightly. So let's start off with what exactly am I talking about and why are you always on the market? Number one, I am not talking about a hardcore full-time job search. I'm not talking about the type of job search that you remember from when you graduated from college or the last time you found yourself unemployed. I'm talking about the steady flow of small, manageable actions that keep you ready for any opportunity or any curveball that might come your way. Over the past few years, tech has fundamentally changed. The rate of layoffs, the economic swings, the mergers and the acquisitions, the rise of AI, brand new processes and norms, as well as completely new or fundamentally shifted markets. Performance doesn't mean that you're going to grow at that company anymore. It doesn't even mean that you are safe in your role or your management line. Even if your job feels stable, things can shift at any time. Just because the company is profitable doesn't mean they're going to continue to employ those people. You must be on the market in a steady, brave way. But it's not just about preparing for the worst. Remember I said that about growth and markets and AI, et cetera, because tech also changes in positive ways very quickly. And if you are not on the market, you cannot even know about the new opportunities or the growth areas. You never know when a chance encounter or an event could lead to something unexpected and exciting. The more prepared and consistent you are, the easier it's going to be for you to see the opportunity, hear about the opportunity, and say yes when that opportunity knocks. And that is part of building a brave career. I said I was going to offer this content in a more structured way. So let's go on to the 5 steps. These are 5 steps for how to stay on the market in a way that builds you up, not burns you out, in a way that expands your network, doesn't overwhelm your network, for a way that keeps you real about threats, but also opportunities, and keeps you building a brave career while you continue to manage your stress, refuse to overwork, and grow your income and your skills. All right, step one, design your mindset. Being on the market, it starts in your head. If you're thinking about it as this heavy job search, it's going to feel heavy. You're not going to do it. It's going to feel like another thing that you have to put onto your plate, but you don't want it on your plate. You have enough on your plate. So then you don't do it. And you're missing out on opportunities and you're getting hit by curveballs. You have to choose your mindset. You have to choose to think about it as being job ready, as being prepared, as being adaptable, as being connected. This is a very subtle shift for some and a massive transformation for others. But this is a shift you have to make. I have another episode about how to design your mindset. I have a course that I go through with my clients. If you are like, oh, mindset, that doesn't matter, think again, please. And if you're like, oh my gosh, this is already, step one is already way too big, and there's going to be 4 more, please reach out to me and let's get you going. Step 2, keep your collateral up to date. First, what do I mean by collateral? I mean your essentials. So this is a resume, a LinkedIn, and if appropriate, a website or a portfolio. You need to set aside anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes a month to update your resume. You're going to add new skills, recent results, and basically any measurable outcome that showcases your seniority, your influence, and your impact. When you've developed a new skill or achieved a significant milestone, make sure that it's in there. Also, take this time to prune everything that you no longer want to emphasize. You can downplay it. For instance, let's say you're really good at managing budgets, but you don't want that to define your next role. You can minimize that point. Or let's say, and this just happened to a client of mine, a product that they worked on suddenly crashed in the market. You can minimize that or even take it off your resume. For real, you are telling a story with your resume. You are not describing every single element of your career. If you did, your resume would be like 10 pages. So you're doing this already. Okay, specifically about LinkedIn, consistency is key. I know. I hear from a lot of people that LinkedIn is annoying. Okay, I agree, actually. And it is a powerful career tool. You don't have to play this game. If you do not play this game, if you opt out of this element of it, please do not complain that it's taking longer and that your network is closed. Okay, you got to take a consequence. Deal with the annoying platform or have the limitations. Both are fine. Make your choice. That's part of being brave. That's the accountability piece, right? Choose who you're going to be and then deal with it. Okay. When you've chosen to work with LinkedIn, you're going to aim to spend time each week. I highly suggest engaging with the platform on a rolling 24-hour timeline as often as you can and engage in some way. You could comment on posts, you could share an interesting article, you could give a recommendation to someone that you work with who's just killing it. You can connect with new people. Listen, you do not have to post. You do not have to write articles. Simply being visible and active will boost your chances of connecting with potential opportunities and being shown on the back end to recruiters and hiring managers. It is what it is. Keep your collateral up to date. Step 3, yes, the relationship circle. You need to practice telling people what you're looking for, asking for, and receiving support, as well as offering and giving support. I know this step divides so many people. There are the people who are like, why does that need to be a step? Of course, I'm breathing. And then there are people who are like, wait, that's a step? Yes. For both of you, for all of you, yes. You need to practice telling people what you're experiencing and looking for. You need to practice being awkward. You need to figure out what works for you. You need to experience what other people can understand. You need to, and this remains very hard for me, you need to ask for the concrete support that you need, the connections, the information, the resources, etc. And then you need to also offer to other people. You need to practice the relationship cycle. Tell people that you're looking to build your career. Tell them about that area you're really interested in. Tell them who your dream employers are. Tell them about your difficult boss. Ask for connections. Receive their offers for help. And make sure that you're also giving to them. Ask them those same questions. Make those offers of support. Step number 4, and it directly builds off of step number 3. Create and nurture those effective relationships. I have so many episodes about networking, about interest interviews, about the science behind both, and specific stories from my clients about how they consistently see results, expected and unexpected. So I'm not going to go deep here. I have lots of episodes. Long story short, relationships are the simplest, fastest, most effective, meaning the least amount of stress to build your career, period. And you have to do it in your own way, which is why step number 3 is so important. You got to practice telling people what you're looking for. Here's the deal. Please do not aim for a marathon of coffee dates and conferencing and meetups and all of these things. I want you to practice and pilot a steady, sustainable approach. This will depend on your energy level, your personality, your interests, your industry, your functional skills. I encourage people to start off with an informal chat once a week and see how you experience that. And a more structured activity once a month. Okay, so we're talking about 52 informal chats in an entire year and 12 structured events. If that sounds like it's too much, please reach out to me. Number 5, remember your interests. And this goes back to the numbers that I just shared. As you are creating and nurturing your relationships, as you're practicing telling people what you're looking for, as you're shaping and designing your mindset, please remember your interests. Being a part of a professional or a personal interest group can exponentially increase the opportunities that you see, the threats that you hear about, and the people that you enjoy. This can range from a tech organization all the way to a specific hobby group. Informal relationships that grow naturally around shared interests and personal connections not only enrich your life, but they simplify your career growth. Many of my clients have shared how their personal or interest-based networks led to career leaps. I've had people mountain biking get a lead for a role, rock climbing. I just heard about one at a cake decorating course. There are so many ways, and the people who show up to these groups know other people, right? And this is part of staying on the market and making it enjoyable. This takes us back up to step 1. Design your mindset. Instead of making it this full-time, heavy, has to exhaust me kind of job search, when you're including your interests, when you're nurturing these relationships, when you're practicing what it is that you're looking for and asking, receiving, offering, and giving, the whole experience is sustainable. It's steady. It brings you results. To wrap up, I really want to stress this part. Being on the job market is not about consistently looking for the next role. It's about staying ready, engaged, proactive, connect. If this sounds daunting, this is where building the skill of bravery comes in for your career. When you view these small actions through clarity and then momentum and then accountability, the entire effort becomes more effective and lighter and enjoyable. I see it consistently with almost every single client I work with. You are investing in your future. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, I'm always on the market because I am always growing my brave career. If this still sounds too confusing or too hard, schedule your consultation with me. Let's get you out of your head and into action so that you stress less and you thrive in your career now and long term, because you are always on the market. If the Build Your Brave Career podcast is helping you reduce your stress, work smarter, or create more income, please share this with a friend.